All right, we are the Threading in Python group. I'm Wynn.
I'm Azam.
And as you guys can expect, threading in Python is way easier than in C.
So what is Python? So it's a general-purpose, object-oriented, high-level programming language. It is dynamic and it's compiled at runtime. And it's also dynamically typed, meaning that variable types are computed at runtime. And what's really nice about Python, it's written a lot like pseudocode, and it's really concise and easy to read, which is why it can be used as a first language for beginners. And unbiased opinion, it's better than C.
Multi-threading is when multiple threads run simultaneously on the same part of a program. So threads share process resources, so multiple threads can work in one process. They execute independently from each other, so they are running completely independent from each other. They do not have to talk to each other at all in order to run, and they can help speed up programs by dividing work. Our program was to update stock ticker info using threading.
It was designed to retrieve stock information from Yahoo Finance's API, and each thread that we made updated one stock's information at a time.
So threading in Python, we use the timer class, which basically you specify a duration, what function you want the thread to run, and the arguments that you want to pass into that function when the thread begins. And so you basically set t.start, and that begins the timer. That then, once that timer has elapsed, the thread begins, and then the thread function is run. All right, now we're going to talk about the impact and the importance of threading.
So we have some threading pros and
cons.
Anyway, so some pros of multi-threading is that it's fast. Multiple threads within a process can share the same data space and therefore communicate with each other more easily than if they were separate processes. And threads are also cheaper, and they don't require much memory. And some of the cons are, one issue you can have with threading is interference, where two or multiple threads can be working on the same line of data at the same time, and this can cause strange, unexpected results. Another con is deadlock. You can have a lock where two threads cannot work on the same line at the same time, and this can lead to a thread waiting for another thread. Basically, they wait forever and they become locked, hence the term deadlock. And another con, it can be really difficult to debug and test your code when multi-threading.
And here's a quick little flow chart of what happens basically with threading. Is a user starts a program, the variables and everything are initialized, and then the main function will then split off some threads to work on something at the same time, and then the threads can converge later in main or in some other function again before the program ends. And here is a quick example of our program working.
Yo.
So each stock here is updated individually using a different thread. So we have 8 different threads running at once. And here's a quick overview of our code. It's really some basic Python, but you do get to a point here where there's a timer that's set for a function called get and update. And that get and update function is run. It gets the information from the stock, and then it itself queues up a new timer that runs itself again. Therefore, that thread continually runs over and over and over again, and it starts its own thread. And that is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for a great year, Professor Jamal.
Hi. Should we have talked about why Python multi-threading is easier than C?
That was less than 4 minutes. I mean, that was less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, it was supposed to be 5 to 7.